Omar, and be backing up my premise side and showing why Josh is wrong. Okay, in Josh's speech, he states that a teen brain isn't mature, an 18-year-old brain isn't as mature as a 16-year-old. Well, this is wrong. According to top surgeons from Sydney Morning Herald, they want to ban drivers younger than 18 from operating motor vehicles without adult supervision, arguing teenagers' brains are too immature to handle this task alone. The Royal College of Surgeons is pushing for tougher restrictions on young drivers in a submission to the powerful Stay Safe Committee's inquiry into young driver safety and education programs. The surgeons have joined by the George Institute for International Health and College of Road Safety in calling for greater curbs on a teen driver's independence. Also, according to the Huffington Post, Institute researchers have compiled decades worth of data from New Jersey, the only state that issues license at 17. The overall rate of teens killed in crashes in New Jersey has been constantly lower than in some nearby states, according to various studies. Even though driving age is not 18, it is 1 year higher than 16 and 17-year-olds were 18 per 100,000. Than 17. One study from the 1990s found that the rate of crash-related death among 16 and 17-year-olds were 18 per 100,000 in New Jersey, compared with 26 per 100,000 in Connecticut. Josh also states that the majority of statistic and factual data is based on boys, and that driver education is outdated, but then uses an article from 2004. The truth is, more than 5,000 U.S. teens die each year in car crashes. The rate of car crashes and fatal and non-fatal per mile driven for a 16-year-old driver is almost 10 times as larger, according to the National Highway Safety Administration. Also, while only 2% of the state drivers are under the age of 18, these teens make up 4% of the drivers involved in fatal collisions. They also make up 7% of drivers involved in all accidents, according to 2000 traffic data from the SC Department of Public Safety. The fact is, according to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, a 16-year-old driver has more accidents per mile than any other age group, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported recently that traffic accidents are the leading cause of death for American teenagers. About 2 out of every 3 teenagers killed in motor vehicle crashes in 2009 were males. 60% of teenager passenger deaths in 2009 occurred in vehicles while driven by another teenager. Among deaths of passengers of all ages, 18% occurred when the teenager was driving. Statistics show that 16-year-old and 17-year-old driver death rate increased with additional passengers. 83% of teenage motor vehicle crash deaths in 2009 were passenger vehicle occupants. The others were pedestrians, motorcyclists, riders of alternate vehicles, and people in other vehicles. According to Mili Ozuli, following a combined statement from Gordon Booth, chief instructor of drivetrain, he states research in several countries has shown not only that the younger people are, when they start to drive, the higher chances of having a serious fatal crash within the first year of driving, but also that young person's brain is not fully developed until after the teenage years have passed, and this in return also reduces the younger person's ability as a safe driver. Wisdom and any genuine desire to protect young people both undeniably dictate that it is better if teenagers do not start to drive until they are at least 18. It is noticeable that if parents can hold back a female for 6 months so that they can not start driving until 17 or 18, then one sees them mature at least 12 months. With males, a hold back about a year equals a maturity increase about 6 months. According to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, in 2007, the latest year for which data was available, motor vehicles crashes were the leading cause of death among 13 to 19-year-olds. A total of 3,466 teenagers among 13 to 19 died in motor vehicles in 2009. 16-year-olds will have the highest crash rates than any other age group. The crash rate per mile driven is twice as high for 16-year-olds as it is for 18 and 19-year-olds. In Josh's last claim, he says driving is based on experience and not age. This is not true for one example, which is a personal example. I have received, a few months after I received my license and the state said I'm experienced driving, I wrecked my own car because I thought I saw my friend in another car, and the next thing I knew, I hit another car. This shows that even with my experience, that I was easily distracted, as all teenagers are with texting, phones, and any other distractions. Raising the driving age will cause road accidents to be lessened. Accidents and death caused by teenage drivers involved in reckless driving accident would lessen. According to the study conducted by AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, there were 30,917 fatalities in accidents that involved 15 to 17-year-old drivers between the year of 1995 and 2004. 1/3 of those who died were the teen drivers themselves, while the remaining were those people who were struck by those teenage truck drivers. Young drivers overestimate their skill. Young drivers tend to become more prone to risky behavior and get easily distracted from the lack of experience. Young drivers are not yet aware of the responsibilities of operating a motor vehicle. I also compared 2 different countries with different age groups of driving. In total fatalities in 2009 in Japan, where driving was 18, it was 4,914. In the United States, total fatalities in 2009 were in 2009, where driving age was 16, was 33,808. This illustrates how more developed countries like the U.S. and Japan have the driving age at 18 will show less fatalities. In conclusion, the driving age will have more beneficial factors if it's raised.